Hello friends, Abby here with an update to the Frost Sorcerer that I did a leveling guide for in my previous video on the channel, and I also had a level 20 server slam video. So we've gone from level 20 to 1 through 50 for the release as a theory craft, and then now we are at the actual level 50, or I'm level 56 right now, but this is what I've been using all the way up until the end of the campaign, and then making tweaks here and there. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm running. It's been working really well. It is really fun and really fun to play around with. You can swap a few things out here and there, so we're going to go over it. I'm going to try not to make this a hugely long video, but we'll see. First of all, did you know you can turn your chick around in here? It's pretty sweet. And I've got the whole ice transmog going on, which I'm so excited about. I do not have the legs yet of this set, but I'm excited to grab them. So first up, we're going to take a look at the skill tree, because I think this is way more important than your aspects. There are a couple aspects that you're going to want to try and get. However, for the skill tree, we've got pretty much the same that we are rocking with our theory crafting. We've got Arc Lash, we've got 1 into Firebolt for the enchantment, we've got most of our points into Ice Shards. You want to try to get plus into Ice Shards on your gears so that you can buff that out as much as possible. We've got 1 into Devastation, 3 into Elemental Dominance, and then on down here we switched to Flame Shield actually, but I am rocking both Flame Shield and Ice Armor. Up until the end of the campaign, I did not have Flame Shield and I was running Ice Blades. After level 50, now that we're in World Tier 3, I removed Ice Blades and now I'm running both barriers. Because we get so much extra damage when we have a barrier up, it's just really nice just to have that uptime for the barriers. Our next skill is Frost Nova. This is going to help us keep everything vulnerable and freeze everything. A lot of CC going on. You could also get another option for vulnerable through your aspects if you had, like, whenever you freeze something, or you could switch to Ice Shard vulnerable if you really needed more of that. And then over here we've taken Glass Cannon. I actually have found an amulet with +2 to Glass Cannon, believe it or not. So mine's 30%, but I just found this actually a couple hours ago. Then moving on down here, we've got Align the Elements. This is for your damage reduction from elites. It really helps a lot as you move up there. And then we've got 1 into Protection, which gives us a barrier whenever you use a cooldown. This is just more damage for us those 2 seconds after you use a cooldown. All of our skills, except for Ice Shards, are a cooldown. So this is really good synergy here. And then we move down to Don't Mind This Blizzard. We'll take that out of there. I was just experimenting with the enchantment for that, but we're going to move down here and we're going to go into Inner Flames and Devouring Blaze. Devouring Blaze, super important. Everything's going to be burning because of our enchantment of Firebolt. Direct damage is going to apply burning. And so that one's really great. The other enchantment is up to you guys. I like to go Ice Shards if I'm doing like a single target world boss scenario. You can also go Arc Lash is really good for the stunning enemies around you whenever you use a cooldown. You can really use whatever other enchantment you want. I've been playing around with them and they're pretty good. All right, down here, you want to grab as many of these as you can. All of these, in fact, are amazing. The last one is all right. If you have a lot of lucky hit chance, then I would say go into this last one. I still have not gotten all of my renown points yet, so this is not going to be a full 60-point build, I guess. But if you have points to put into precision magic, you could do that to boost your lucky hit to get more of these vulnerables. And actually, maybe we'll do like 1 there, 2 there, sure. And then we get Deep Freeze. This is our like get out of jail free card. Get into a little May ice block and do some damage, and you're immune from damage. It's going to chill a lot. This helps to stun bosses a lot because it's going to add up on that chill. Also, when your Deep Freeze ends, your non-ultimate cooldowns are reduced by 50%. So the gameplay loop that you want to do is to use all your cooldowns and then use your ultimate, and then you get half of those cooldowns back. So it kind of rotates like that. And then we're using Shatter. I actually moved Shatter from Avalanche. You could use Avalanche if you just want to do single target. However, a lot of activities in World Tier 3 that I've been doing are really mob dense and mob heavy. So I've been going with Shatter, helps me group everything up and freeze them and shatter and do more damage. And we're also using an aspect for that. For the Paragon board so far, here's what I've done on the initial board, and then I decided to go with the Frost one. Where is it? Frigid Fate. Dealing cold damage to vulnerable enemies increases your lucky hit chance. So I figured that would be cool. I really want to do a lucky hit build. I think it would be really fun, and Sorcerer scales it the best. So that is that. Here's our stats here. We finally got over 2k attack power and our armor, life, all that good stuff. We are scaling intelligence and willpower for the most part because we want the resource generation. Dexterity is also really good for the crit chance. So really you want everything except for strength. Over to our armor, you want to look for cooldown reduction. You want to look for crit chance, lucky hit chance, core damage, frost damage, chill, damage to chilled, damage to slowed, damage to burning, all that stuff is what you want to be looking for on all your gear. So for our helmet, we've got the aspect, your lucky hit chances increase while you have a barrier. This one I could really swap out. My aspects are definitely not perfect right now. My chest piece is actually just a rare, and then we've got explosions from the Shatter Key passive, increased damage if enemies die while frozen. This is a great for just that chain reaction. We've got damaging an elite into a barrier, which is super key. It will help you in a lot of situations, and it's going to allow you to do more damage because you're going to get more barriers. On our legs, we've got while unstoppable, you gain increased movement speed. This is kind of a null aspect right now because I don't think I have anything that's making me unstoppable. So maybe change that one out for something else. It's been a struggle, y'all. You're going to have to find something else for your legs. The other one that I really like, I don't have it on me, but the flame shield makes the other one that I have on me is your flame shield makes you go through enemies and makes them immovable. That is a really, really, really good one to put on your legs. And then on our weapon, we've got you deal increased damage to vulnerable enemies while you have a barrier. On our focus, we've got the increased damage to stunned. This is super good for when you're using the arc lash. On our rings, we've got the blizzard one that I was experimenting with, but normally I would have your critical strikes with core skills increase your attack speed. Then we've also got using a cooldown restores your mana. This is huge for getting that mana back because that is one of our biggest issues with the ice shards. And then we've got Ice Shards Pierce. This one is a must-have. You can get this from a dungeon if you are just trying to get the minimum codex. You want to put it on your amulet though to get that boost. It pierces 7 times, dealing less damage per subsequent enemy hit. So looking at the aspects I would really like to have on here, on the boots, Flame Shield lets you move unhindered through enemies. Enemies you move through while Flame Shield is active are immobilized. That one I have on another pair of boots, but I'm switching stuff around and it is expensive to add stuff and change stuff. So it is what it is for now. The other one you want to look for that I do not have is you deal 30 to 40% more damage to immobilized, stunned, or frozen enemies. This is super huge. I might have to go to the dungeon and grab it and just pick it up and put it on one of my pieces of gear. Of course, there are uniques and stuff that you could get. I've only gotten one unique so far and it was for a lightning build. So unfortunately, I'm not there yet, but I am pushing World Tier 3. We're at 56. I'm having no issues killing enemies and holding my own out here, even in 4-man parties. So hopefully this helps you guys out when choosing how to level your Ice Sorc. If you found any other synergies or any cool stuff, definitely leave them in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.